Hello everyone, this is Atin. I'm back with another video. Wish you all a happy new year. May 2022 be an extraordinary one for each and every one of you. Stay blessed and happy. We have been discussing on this Dropbox eligible criteria since December 23rd after the announcement has been made by Department of State. And in last video, we already seen the update from the US Embassy that they are ready to implement the new update or new changes that has been announced. And as expected, US Embassy has updated the questionnaire and we are going to see the new set of questions along with an example. An applicant who traveled to US on F1 visa in 2014 and now he is having H1B approved petition. So is this applicant eligible for Dropbox? And along with it, we are also going to see another scenario where an applicant have already paid the fee and we're looking for slots. Now that the new questionnaire have been updated, is this applicant still eligible for Dropbox? So this is what we are going to see. Let's get into the video for more information on this. We have already discussed more on this Dropbox eligible criteria in our previous videos, but we have been waiting for the new questionnaire. Before getting back to the questionnaire, the important point that has to be highlighted as a part of this Dropbox eligibility is if you have an approved petition, it doesn't count as a visa. So petition approval is different from visa approval. And number two is if you have raised an emergency request, and if suppose that emergency request has been denied, it doesn't count as a refusal because it is just an appointment request. It cannot be counted as a visa refusal. If you're applying visa for the first time, meaning previously you have never been issued any type of visa, then you are not eligible for Dropbox and you have to go for in-person interview only. One more important point to be added over here is if you already have an in-person interview appointment scheduled in early of 2022 and now that the consulate have updated the questionnaire and you are eligible for the Dropbox as per the expanded interview waiver program, then what should you do? So in this case, it is better to hold your appointment because with the current situation, it is not that easy to get an appointment, be it like in-person interview or Dropbox appointment. The adjudicating process is still the same. Even though you're going for Dropbox appointment, if the adjudicating consular officer requires more information on your case, then he might request you to schedule an in-person interview. So don't bother about whether you are in the in-person interview or you are having a Dropbox appointment. It is better to have an appointment. That is the only thing right now. So if you already scheduled an appointment, don't worry, just go for it. And that would be the wise decision that you can make right now. And even though US Embassy and Consulate recently updated that they are planning to open more than 20,000 appointments in coming days, but still the demand is huge. So this 20,000 appointments is not going to help more number of people. So it is very hard to get an appointment in first place. And thinking about this 20,000, if you're going to cancel the appointment, I think you will lose the opportunity. You are already lucky enough to get a slot in early 2022. That would be the best thing that you could do. As per the latest update on the Dropbox eligibility, which is the expanded interview waiver program, if an applicant has been previously issued any type of visa and now he is applying for different visa category, still he is eligible for Dropbox. And this is what we are going to see with an example along with the new set of questions. This applicant traveled to US on F1 visa in the year 2014. And after finishing his master's, he changed his status, which means he moved from F1 to H1B. So now he is having approved H1B petition. And right now he is having some reason to travel to India and he is supposed to get his stamping done. As per the previous Dropbox eligibility, he is supposed to go for an in-person interview. But as per the expanded interview waiver program, the applicant is now eligible for Dropbox. So this is what we are going to see, what type of questions were asked and how he has answered based on his scenario for him to get eligible for Dropbox. As I mentioned earlier, this applicant entered US with F1 visa and now he is looking for change of status and he is having an approved petition of H1B. Now that he paid the fees by early of December and started looking for appointment, and as per the previous Dropbox scenario or eligibility, he was supposed to go for an in-person interview. Now we will have a quick look at both the scenarios, like before and after the questionnaire update for the same applicant. Let's say the applicant name is XYZ, and first we'll start up with the step 3, wherein it is asking for which category of visa he is applying for. As this applicant is applying for employment based category, he is opting for it, and then he is giving on continue. And then there is a question asked whether he is having previous H1B or not. And as this applicant is in change of status from F1 to H1B, he is giving an answer as no. After that step, then it goes for how the document has to be delivered. So as per the previous Dropbox eligibility, this applicant is supposed to go for an in-person interview, as he is applying for change of status, meaning he is the first time applying for H1B. So this screen is for the consular appointment, and then comes the OFC appointment. But just note down that the same applicant is going to get a Dropbox with the latest questionnaire, and that is what we are going to see. For the same applicant, we are going to see after the questionnaire update. But the point to be noted over here is, though this applicant is logged in by early of December before this new questionnaire has been updated, but booking for slots, even then this XYZ applicant is able to see the list of questionnaire that he need to answer and to check whether this applicant is eligible for Dropbox or not. Directly we are going to step 7, where the actual changes have been made. So here if you see, do you have previous visa in any visa class issued? So according to this applicant, it is yes, because he already traveled in F1 category. The next question is, was your prior visa annotated clearance received or department authorization? So basically this applicant didn't receive any clearance, so he is choosing at the option no. And the next question is, was your most recent visa lost or stolen or cancelled? Again, this applicant doesn't have any such criteria, or his visa was not stolen or lost, so he is choosing the option no. And the next question is, have you ever been refused a visa before? And again, this XYZ applicant doesn't fall under this criteria, so he is choosing the option no. And the next question is, was your most recent visa issued after January 1st of 2008? So this step is basically to know which year the previous visa has been issued. And as I mentioned earlier about this applicant XYZ has traveled to US in the year 2014, so he falls under this criteria. So he is choosing the option yes. And that's it for this applicant, and it shows that he is eligible for Dropbox. A point to be noted is, though this applicant was eligible for in-person interview before the latest update, now with the expanded interview waiver program, this applicant is eligible for Dropbox, and it's a great news for this applicant. And after you receive this page, you'll be able to see the steps that you have to follow, like you have to schedule an appointment, print your appointment letter and follow the instructions in it, and drop off your list of documents at the locations mentioned in the appointment letter, because while you are scheduling the appointment, you will get to know which are the options for you to drop off your documents. So there are 5 VAC centers and 6 drop off locations. Hope I have explained in our previous video that you can check it out and get to know where you can drop off your documents and which location you can choose and all that. There is one more important point to be noted over here is, there is a section note where they have mentioned that even if you are eligible for Dropbox, it doesn't mean that you will be guaranteed for visa issuance. And if in case the consulate retains the right to call an applicant in for an interview, then he or she have to schedule an appointment and go for in-person interview if in case. And after clicking on continue, you will be directing to the scheduling page. Previously it was showing consular appointment, but now he is eligible for Dropbox, so it is showing as schedule OFC appointment. So these are the update on the questionnaire, and we have given an example for change of status. It is pretty much direct scenario, but there are few more scenarios to be discussed, like what if an applicant have been refused previously, and few other scenarios which we will cover in upcoming videos. And for that, make sure to subscribe this channel, and please stay tuned with Purna Aarti Vlog for more and more updates on embassy, immigration, travel and vlogs. Stay healthy, stay safe, take care. Bye-bye.